All right. True enlightenment and wisdom maketh a man's face to shine. All right. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises unto Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Wahawer Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and who taught me this truth. Salutations to the brothers stiffly pushing this one truth out there. And shalom to the rest of the 1/3 remnant of men, women, and children who are seeking salvation at the hands of Yahweh Shah as we await this second Exodus. All right. This is your brother Rakaga Bar. And yeah, man, this lesson will be along the lines of true enlightenment, all right, or true wisdom, okay, maketh the man's face to shine, okay. And what ultimately inspired me to do this lesson was the fact that when you read in the book of Exodus, all right, after Moses had received the laws, okay, the commandments for the nation of Israel, okay, when he was on Mount Sinai for 40 days and 40 nights, okay, receiving, that instruction from the Most High, okay, he came down and his face was literally shining, okay, and I'm going to grab the precepts, right, but his face was literally shining, man, and that symbolizes true enlightenment, okay, that symbolizes wisdom, okay, because when you understand it and you read it, ultimately, okay, when he was on that mountain, all right, he didn't eat or drink for 40 days, okay, 40 days and 40 nights, okay, and there was ultimately a chariot that was hovering over that mountain, okay, and they even have, different, they found the mountain, okay, Mount Sinai, right, and, they have different, I'm blanking on the word, but they've done research, man, and they actually have findings, all right, and pictures, okay, of that ancient mountain, okay, proving that this incident actually took place, right? But they actually have pictures, all right, of that mountain, and ultimately, because when you read it, it tells you how the mountain was burnt, okay, it was burnt by way of the fiery chariot, okay, that was hovering over it, okay, and that mountain was burnt, man. But yeah, okay, I want to bring this lesson out because it was just, it's amazing when you think about this, okay? And this is why, all right, we tell you how ultimately, all right, when we receive of our new bodies as Israelites, okay, we're literally going to have an aura to us, okay? We're actually going to glow, okay? And when you understand why that is, all right, it's going to be because we're going to be made righteous and we're going to be, we're going to come fully into this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, okay? Where the Most High is going to reveal all these things to us, okay? And that's going to be by way of ultimately him endowing us with his Holy Spirit, to wherein we're not going to be warring against our flesh anymore. So our spirit, the spirit is going to literally be able to dwell, okay, seamlessly with those new bodies, right? And yeah, man, this is just, I've been meditating on the fact, how this is what's about to take place, okay? And when you grab the account, okay, which I'm gonna read it, all right, Moses had to cover his face up, okay, when he came down off the mountain and was talking to our people, okay, because ultimately they was afraid, okay. You got to picture these things, okay. When you read it, you have to picture, because these things actually happened, all right. He came down off the mountain, okay, after having a supernatural, a spiritual experience, okay. We don't, we can't even picture the spiritual world, okay. We don't even can't even imagine, all right, what that experience was like, okay. And ultimately, he the Most High enlightened him, okay. He gave Moses the law, which was then which was written in stone, okay, which ultimately it wasn't just written on a regular stone, okay, because growing up, that's what many of us believed, it was just a regular piece of gray stone, that you go find outside. It was actually written on I believe blue agate, or and I could be wrong on that. I believe it's a blue crystal, right? It's a blue gemstone, and I forget exactly what the name of it was, but yeah, man, it was a gemstone, okay, ultimately a clear blue gemstone, all right, the same one that's ultimately found on the Most High's throne, okay, when you read about it in the scriptures, okay, because the blue symbolizes things, as well as the different properties that are in the different gemstones, okay, all of that stuff is important, okay, and that's ancient knowledge that, we once knew about. Okay. But we're going to come into all of the understanding of the gemstones, the elements, okay, nature, the animals, just everything is going to be brought back into, it's going to be brought to our understanding, right? We're going to be able to understand all these things. Okay. We're going to become truly enlightened. Okay. And this is what really inspired me to do this lesson, man, because you have, different heathen nations, okay, that, with their quote unquote deities that they worship. Okay. For example, Buddhists, okay, they worship Buddha, right? And Hinduism, okay, these different deities, man, where these heathen are out here trying to find some type of enlightenment. Okay. They do all these different things, quote unquote spiritual things, which, it's not even spiritual. Okay. The only really true spiritual ones are us Israelites, because we actually are able to receive of the Holy Spirit of the Most High. Okay. Everything else is flesh and carnal and wicked. All right. It's all going off. Okay. But they try to find enlightenment, right? They want to seek some type of wisdom, right? Some type of ancient knowledge, okay, to get a better understanding of themselves and the world around them, right? But we ultimately, as Israelites, we once knew of these things, man. And this is why you have to read, because we are the top nation, okay? And we're a powerful people because we're connected to the Most High, creator of all things, okay? So let me, without further ado, grab this in the book of Exodus, all right? And then we'll grab some more precepts, okay? So this was in Exodus chapter 34, and we'll start up at verse 27, right? It says, "And Yahweh said unto Moses," it says, "Write thou these words, for after the tenor of these words I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel." Okay, so understand, all right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, man, all right, we entered into a covenant with the Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the creator of all things, and his son, okay, thousands of years ago, okay, through your past life, okay, because reincarnation is all in the scriptures, okay, your spirit was there, okay, spirits can't die, man, spirits are always here, they're everlasting, okay, these bodies die and go back to the ground, then our spirits go to the spirit world, and then it's put in a new body, okay, but your spirit don't die. So understand, you entered into a covenant, a blood covenant with the creator of all things. Okay, when you wonder as Israelites why you're under the curses of Deuteronomy 28, while we go through so much shit as so-called blacks, Latinos, Native Americans, while we make a majority of the prison systems, while we kill each other off, while we can't ever make it nowhere in this white man's world, yeah, because it falls under the curses, man. And the reason we go through those curses is because the Most High told us, okay, if we don't keep his commandments, he was going to do that to us. And you fast forward, man, he's done what he's did, okay? He's a man of his words, okay? He's a man of his words, right? So understand, you entered into this covenant, all right? It says in verse 28, it says, "And he was there with Yahweh 40 days and 40 nights. He did neither eat bread nor drink water. And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments." Okay. Salakia. "And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, the 10 commandments." All right. As we all should know, okay, the 10 commandments. If you don't, you can look them up. Right now, there's ultimately 613 laws, statutes, and commandments. Okay. But, we're in captivity. All right. And it's hard to be able to keep all those, the different smaller laws, okay, that we have. All right. Because, if you got a woman and she on her period, I believe you're supposed to put her outside your house for 7 days. Okay. There's a lot of different laws that we're not just not able to keep because we're in captivity. Okay. And because we're far removed from our land. All right. But does that mean that you just, we're under grace, so I don't have to do anything? No, because what's going to happen is if you have that mindset, all right, Satan, all right, that's going to make it easy for them to attack you and to pull you out the truth. Okay. So yes, to the best of your ability. All right. At the bare minimum, you can keep the 10 commandments. Okay. Don't steal. Right. Don't murder. Okay. Don't commit adultery. Okay. Don't commit idolatry. Okay. It's not hard to do. Okay. It's not hard to do. Okay. We fall sometimes. All right. But the more you do what's righteous, okay, the easier it becomes. Okay. And ultimately, goes back into the last lesson I did, all right? The fact that we got to rewire our minds, man. And the more you grow in this truth, the more you're going to seek out this ancient knowledge, okay? And the more you're going to want to do everything you can to please the Most High, because you know just how, you know the magnitude, and you know what you're doing it for. You understand that you're building up spiritual blessings in the world to come, because there is a world to come. Believe that, okay? A world where we're going to have new bodies as Israelites, okay? Where we're going to be immortals, okay? Where we're going to be celestials with spiritual power, okay? When we're never going to die again. We're never going to want for anything. We're never going to hunger or thirst. Where our streets are going to be paved with gold and all manner of gemstones, okay? Where these heathen are under our subjection, okay? And I could go on and on forever, okay? But we don't know fully the magnitude of what we're about to get, man. But this is why when you understand these words that are faithful and true, as scriptures say, this is why you got to fight so hard, okay? This is why, all right? But yeah, all right, Moses was up there for 40 days and 40 nights, man. He was fasted, all right? And you know, fasting is a spiritual state, okay? And that's why you're supposed to pray and fast, okay? Do a 24-hour fast with no food, okay? You can do different types of fast. You can fast from watching, you know, TV or being on social media, or eating certain things you like to eat, or fast from doing certain things you like to do. Okay, ultimately you afflict your body. That's what a fast is. You're afflicting yourself, okay, and you're denying yourselves the pleasures, okay, in order to please the Most High, man, and to grow spiritually, okay. But you know, fasting for 40 days and 40 nights, understand that they were the ancient men, starting with Yahweh Shah, because he did a 40-day and 40-night fast as well, okay. They were stronger, all right. They're, you know, more spiritual, more connected, okay, with the spirit. So yeah, we're not able to do these, all right, in these times now. Everything is, you know, gotten weaker, okay. Even the earth, all right, is not in the state it was going back thousands of years ago, right? But yeah, okay, verse 29, it says, and it came to pass when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the two tables, all right, of testimony in Moses' hand, when he came down from the mount, that Moses was not, that the skin of his face shone while he talked with him, okay? So he didn't know that his face was shining, okay? But this man's picture this, right? And it's hard to picture because we've never seen it, but understand these divine things and spiritual things are about to happen like this, man. All right. It says that Moses was not, that the skin of his face shone while he talked with him. It says, and when Aaron and all the brothers, or Salakia, and when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him. Okay. So like this picture here, his face was shining. Okay. And they didn't even want, they were scared, man. They didn't want to come by him, because this is an otherworldly thing. Okay. Imagine seeing something like this. You like, oh man, you don't know what that person can do. Okay. Yeah, this is true enlightenment, man. And I'm going to grab another precept wherein Yahweh Shah himself, okay, our king, all right, when he transfigured, meaning he went from his mortal state, okay, to his immortal godly state, okay, he transfigured, okay, before some of his disciples, okay, and it's going to tell you how he was shining, right? He had that glow to him, okay, and this is ultimately, you know, in the world, you know, they say that our pineal gland, okay, because we have different glands around the body, okay, that are responsible for, you know, doing, or for maintaining certain bodily functions, okay, and secreting hormones, okay, and ultimately, you know, they say in the world that, you know, those glands line up, all right, those glands are ultimately our, you know, chakra systems, okay, or in other words, energy centers, okay. Understand we are in energy beings, okay. We have a spirit of fire, okay, and we are, you know, ultimately energy, okay. We're energy, right? But yeah, okay, you know, they, you know, the pineal gland, all right, when you look into that, okay, it ultimately secretes, all right, small amounts of what they call DMT, okay, and then you look further, all right, and ultimately the pineal gland, it's encased in a crystal-like fluid, okay. It's encased in a crystal-like fluid, and this is in your body, okay? This is in our bodies, all right? We have a small gland that's ultimately what they call your third eye, right? Because it functions similarly the way that our eyes function. Okay, it's able to pick up light. Okay, it's able to it has photoreceptors wherein it's able to pick up and take in light. Okay, just like our eyeballs. But not only that, man, what's interesting and amazing about it is that it's ultimately able, once that crystal-like fluid or whatever with the DMT occurs, okay, whatever happens, all right, it's able to produce its own light. Okay, pineal gland is able to produce its own light. Okay, and understand, they say that the pineal gland is the connection to the spiritual and all these different things, but they don't even know really what the pineal gland can do. They don't understand fully, what it's capable of, or what its full purpose even is. Okay, but when you think about these things, you got to understand that Moses' face was shining through his skin. So there was something taking place, something that took place in his body to where he was shining and it was able to be seen on the outside. Okay. That's why I said ultimately it was a sensory overload, man. He got enlightened. Whatever he saw up there, when the Most High was downloading the laws and the commandments into his mind. Okay. Yeah, man, I can't say word for word what happened because we don't fully know. But this is what this shows us. All right, that wisdom was downloaded into his mind. Okay, so you can do some research on the pineal gland. They ultimately say it's your crown chakra, I believe. These different things. All right, of course, there's truth behind these things, but also understand that they make different doctrines and different religions in different theories, okay, as well. So you have to really be weary, okay. But nonetheless, we have glands, right? We have energy, okay. We have a spiritual body, right, and all these different things, man. So, yeah, right. So it says, verse 31. It says, and Moses called unto them, and Aaron and all the rulers of the congregation returned unto him, and Moses talked with them. Okay, so while his face is just shining, right? That aura, because we ultimately have an aura to us, all right? We can't see it, but we do have an aura to us, okay? All right? And ultimately, because, dealing with the fact that our bodies they produce electricity, right? So, there's ultimately like electromagnetic fields that our bodies produce, okay? And that's ultimately your aura, right? And I'm not going to dive into it too much, okay? I'm not a scientist, right? But when you start seeking different, knowledge out once you grow in this truth, because the Most High starts opening you up to these different things, okay? But yeah, right? It says, verse 32, and afterward, all the children of Israel came nigh, and he gave them in commandment all that Yahweh had spoken with him in Mount Sinai. Until Moses had done speaking with them, he put a veil on his face. So he had to cover his face up, man. They was scared. They didn't know. It was like, this man, they didn't know what was going on, right? They didn't know what he was about to do, what he was capable of, or none of that, okay? But when Moses went in before Yahweh to speak with him, he took the veil off until he came out. And he came out and spake unto the children of Israel that which he was commanded, okay? And it says, and the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone. And Moses put the veil upon his face again until he went in to speak with him. So he was in the presence of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah, man, in the presence of complete righteousness, okay? And that's why scriptures say that the Most High, Yahweh, is the Father of lights, okay? It says Yahweh Shah is the true light, and we are the children of light, okay? So yeah, it's spiritual, but it's also physical, man. They have those energetic celestial bodies to where they're constantly glowing and radiating power, okay? This light represents power and true enlightenment. Okay, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Okay. All right. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1. It says, who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? Right? It says, a man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed. Okay, so Moses' face was shine because he was enlightened, okay, by the true enlightenment, man. This is not man-made fables. This is not man-made beliefs and theories and scientific explanations for shit that's not true. The Big Bang. No, man, this was true enlightenment. Okay, so man, you can't even imagine that, right? This is why we're fighting to get back into this sacred in this ancient wisdom, okay, and this knowledge, because it leads to power, okay, and this is what's coming, all right, to the nation of Israel, starting with the elect. Okay, our faces is not just going to be shining, and we're not going to be shining in a regular body. We're going to be shining in a celestial, immortal body, man, which we don't know two things about how that's going to be. We're going to have spiritual power, be able to do otherworldly things, okay? But this is what's promised to our nation, okay? This is what's promised to us, okay? All right, now let's grab this final precept and we'll go ahead and end it off, all right? This is in the book of Matthew, chapter 17, verse from the top. It says, and after 6 days, Yahushua Hamashiach taketh Peter, James, and John his brother, and bringeth them up into an high mountain apart. Okay, so Yahushua took them up on the highest mountain. Okay, here's the point. It says, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. Okay, so hold up. Okay, he took them upon a high mountain. Okay, Yahushua took them upon a high mountain and was transfigured before them. What does transfigured mean? Okay, metamorphose. Okay, it says change or transform, right? It says to change into another form. Okay, so like I said earlier, Yahushua went from you got to picture these things, right? You have to visualize these things, okay? Because these things happened, all right? Yahushua was walking and talking with Peter, James, and John, okay, as a mortal man, okay, in the regular body, the type of body you have now, okay? But then he brought them on a high mountain and was transfigured before them. So he changed his form, okay? He went from that mortal body to his immortal, celestial, godly body, okay? And it says, and his face did shine as the sun. So that we're here, we see that theme again with the face shining, man. And it says as the sun. So understand there's different levels to that glow and that light, okay? Yahweh being the father of lights, he's going to have that ultimate glow, okay? That ultimate aura, okay? All omnipotent, meaning all powerful, okay? And Yahushua is second in command, all right? So he's going to have that second glow, that second highest form of light, okay? Radiating from his body, okay? So picture the sun, man. You can't not see the sun, right? You go outside every damn day, you can't not see the sun, okay? And that's why scriptures tell you that when Yahushua gets here, every eye is going to see him, okay? Yeah, they're going to see that the sky's going to be cracked. It's going to be all types of lightnings and thunderings and sonic boom-like sounds. And they're going to see those chariots, and they're going to see Yahushua shining as a guide, okay? And the angels as well, man. And this is about to be words can't describe the events that are about to take place on this earth, okay? All right. It says, and was transfigured before them, and his face did shine as the sun, and his raiment was white as the light. So raiment, meaning his garments, okay? Whatever godly garments or tunic or cloak that he had on, okay, it was glowing as well. It said it was white as the light. So it wasn't just like, these normal clothes we have now. These clothes don't, freaking glow. They don't shine. They don't radiate. Okay. Showing you the spirit, man, the world to come, the spiritual things, the spiritual world, it's on a whole nother level. Okay. It's on a whole nother level, man. Clothes, raiments, garments that radiate. How godly is that? Okay. And you can't even, describe these types of things. All right. If you brothers and sisters watch, some anime from time to time, all right, and you see Naruto, all right, let's see here. He has a mode where he's able to go into this cloaked mode, all right. Let's see here. Grab this one. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, man, right here where you see how he has a glow to him, right? He has that fiery aura, okay? But you see as well that his clothes, okay, also ultimately glow, okay? That's a better picture, right? You see here, man, his clothes, his garments, his raiment, meaning what he's wearing is glowing, right? His face is glowing, okay? His raiment is glowing. And they pull these things from inspiration of the scriptures, okay? And yeah, but that's what I wanted to show you. Okay. So you got to picture and imagine these things because this is what's coming. Scriptures tell you that, when Yahushua gets here, that we don't know how we're going to appear, but we do know that when he gets here, we're going to appear like him. So a shining, a face that's able to radiate, skin that radiates, energy, power, okay, raiments that are able to glow, okay, and just stuff we don't know about, man. We're going to understand that everything's going to go back to its true form, okay, because the most enlightened gods are going to be ruling this earth in the vibration of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. So nature is going to bloom to a level we've never seen, okay. It's everything's operating at a low vibration. The gemstones, the elements, okay, the food we eat, the water we drink, the air we breathe, everything's going to be completely cleansed and renewed on the highest vibration that this earth has never seen before. Okay, and it doesn't stop there. We're going to venture out to other galaxies and planets, which may even hold different just we don't even know, man. It's so much that's going to be to explore, but we're going to be able to explore it in a godly body, all right, in an everlasting heavenly body, okay, with spiritual powers, and we're going to be truly enlightened, okay, men, women, and children within the nation of Israel, okay, and it's going to be within order, okay, but this is what's coming to us, all right, and I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Wahawar Kakadash, all right, shalom, on to the next one.